Hello there, and welcome to the Sleep Porch. Tonight, I continue my boring series, and tonight we will visit a place that wouldn't normally be considered boring, a holiday camp. But I'm very sorry. This holiday camp is by far the most boring holiday camp that planet Earth has ever known. It's so boring, in fact, that hearing about it might just send you to sleep, or make you laugh, or both. I really hope you like it, and let me know in the comments where you are in the world and what time it is with you. If this content interests you, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support motivates us to continue creating more meaningful videos. Okay, let's do the relaxation session now, which will take a few minutes before tonight's sleep story. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and as I do, allow yourself to let go more and more. 10. Feel the support of the bed beneath you, or the floor, or whatever you lie upon tonight. Really feel that support. And beneath all of that, there is the support of the earth, our home, our constant support. And notice that the more you become aware of that support, the more you can let go. The more you can sink into this moment. 9. You are safe. Know that tonight my voice is nothing but a friend, a guide of kindness that will only ever take you to safe places. Allow my voice to be an anchor of peace, guiding you to beautiful, wondrous places. 8. Become aware of your body now. And as you do, just become aware of your breath for a moment. Perhaps take a deep breath in through your nose when you're ready, and breathe out when you're ready. And perhaps take another deep breath in and out. As you notice that breath, with each exhale, let go a little more. Gently scan through your body. Notice where you might be holding tension or discomfort. Maybe it's in your feet, asterisk, your lower legs, your thighs, your belly, your chest, your back, or your shoulders, your hands, your arms, your neck. Or maybe you're like me. Do you carry tension in your face? If so, let it soften now. 7. The day's finished. Whatever has been, has been. Whatever will be, will be. Whatever thoughts are passing through your mind, don't resist them. Simply see them for what they are. Thoughts, a sign of being human. As they appear, welcome them, and then gently let them go. Watch them drift away, like leaves on a moonlit river or clouds passing through a starlit sky. Back 6. This is your moment. This is your time. You deserve rest. You deserve peace. There is nowhere to be now, nowhere to go, no obligations. Absolutely nothing to do but settle into this moment. 5. Peace lives within you. It is always there. It's just waiting to be found, waiting to be felt. Maybe you can find it tonight. Maybe you can journey to that peace with your mind's eye now. Maybe you find it in your chest or in your head, wherever you might find it. Know that it's a constant friend. 4. Perhaps feel a little gratitude now. Gratitude for the simple things, for the shelter you have tonight, whatever it may be. With the use of your body, with the ability to just lie here and listen to a sleep story for those you love and who love you, know that you are loved whoever you are and wherever you are tonight. 3. Begin to engage with your imagination. Now begin to see an incredibly boring-looking holiday camp. It is so boring. It really doesn't inspire the eyes. It is raining. Not heavily, but just raining. All the time. Even the people who were arriving at the holiday camp are incredibly boring by their own admission. 2. Check in with your body one more time now. Releasing anywhere that you're still holding on, and 1, completely letting go now, as I tell you tonight's sleep story. Most boring holiday park in the world occupies a large flat area of land that was chosen because nothing else was using it. The entrance road curves gently for no particular reason and leads to a barrier that is usually open. Next to the barrier is a sign reminding drivers to stop anyway. Most of them do briefly, just in case. The main sign displays the name of the park in lettering that suggests relaxation without promising it. I would tell you the name of the holiday park, but it's just so boring I can't be bothered. Beneath the sign, smaller signs list rules in no particular order. Speed limits are repeated. Quiet hours are specified and then clarified. There is a reminder about dogs, followed by a second reminder about dogs, worded slightly differently. Beyond the entrance, the park reveals itself gradually. Rows of identical units appear, spaced far enough apart to feel considerate, but close enough to hear other people exist. Each unit has curtains already half drawn. Some are cream, some are beige. The difference is intentional. At the center of the park is a reception building that looks temporary despite having been there for years. Its windows display posters for activities that require advanced booking and a willingness to commit. Inside, the air smells faintly of cleaning product and paper. A rack of maps stands ready. Though the entire park can be walked in under 10 minutes, nothing is happening yet. This is not because guests have not arrived, but because arriving does not immediately produce activity. Car is her present. Keys exist. Somewhere, someone is reading something aloud from a printed sheet. The holiday has technically begun, but it has not started. At 3:04 p.m., everyone is asked to gather near reception. This request is made twice using the same wording both times. A small group forms naturally, then expands as people realize something official is happening. No one is late, but some arrive less early than others. The man running the holiday park stands slightly apart from the group, holding a laminated sheet. The lamination is thick. It has rounded corners. He holds it with both hands as though it carries weight. He clears his throat in a way that suggests he has done this many times before and intends to do it correctly again. "Right," he says. Then he waits. The group becomes quiet in stages. One child finishes a sentence. A bag is placed on the ground. A phone is turned face down. "Welcome," he says. "I'll just run through a few things." He looks down at the laminated sheet. "Rule 1, he says. He pauses, allowing Rule 1 to arrive fully. Rule 1 is quiet hours. He looks up briefly, then back down. Quiet hours begin at 10 p.m., he continues, and end at 8 a.m. He nods once, as if to confirm this internally. This includes music, television, conversations, doors. He shifts his finger slightly down the page. Rule 1A, he says. Rule 1A is that quiet hours also apply outdoors. He looks up again. This includes patios. The Jones family is listening from the second row. Mr. Jones stands with his hands in his pockets. Mrs. Jones is holding a folded map, even though she already knows where their unit is. The two children are not listening, but are standing in a way that suggests they are prepared to be listening if required. Rule 1B. The man says, quiet hours apply regardless of intent. He lets that sit. So even if you're just having a quick word, Mrs. Jones nods. She does not know why. It feels appropriate. Rule 1C, he says, is that repeated breaches of Rule 1 may result in a reminder. He waits. No one reacts. Behind the Jones family stands the Smith family. They arrived earlier and feel quietly experienced. Mr. Smith folds his arms. Mrs. Smith reads the rules over the man's shoulder, though she cannot actually see the text. She believes she has grasped the general idea. The man clears his throat again. Rule 2, he says. Rule 2 concerns bins. He looks pleased with this one. The bins, or trash cans for the Americans among you, are located, he pauses, checking the sheet, behind the immunity block. He gestures vaguely in a direction that could mean several places. Recycling must be separated. Rule 2A, he continues, is that glass goes in the glass bin. He pauses. Rule 2B is that cardboard must be flattened. The Smiths exchange a brief glance. Mr. Smith nods once, as if committing to flattening. Rule 2C, the man says, is that if you are unsure, please ask. A woman in the back makes a note of this on her phone, then realizes she does not know who she would ask, and stops. The man shifts his weight slightly. This does not change his authority. Rule 3, he says, concerns facilities. He reads carefully now. The pool opens at 900 emitting and closes at 6 p.m. He looks up. Rule 3A is that no running is permitted. He looks down again. Rule 3B is that this includes walking quickly. A child near the front looks at their feet and adjusts them to a slower stance. Rule 3C, the man says, is that inflatables are not permitted unless permitted. No one asks for clarification. He reaches the bottom of the page. He does not rush this moment. There are further rules, he says, but these are the main ones. He looks up and smiles briefly in a controlled way. Any questions? There are none. The families remain standing for a moment longer than needed, just in case something else is about to happen. Perhaps a welcome of some kind. But no. Slowly, they begin drifting back to their units. Each carries with them the clear understanding that they are now officially on holiday and fully informed. At 5:34 p.m., a bell is rung. It is not loud. It is rung twice, in case the first ring was mistaken for something else. People start to gather near the recreation area, an open space that can be used for many purposes, but is currently reserved for this one. The activity is being led by a young woman wearing a lanyard. Her name is printed clearly on it. It is a very boring name. She stands beside a folding table, holding several laminated sheets and a plastic top full of pens. She smiles in a way that suggests preparedness rather than excitement. "Hi, everyone," she says. She waits for the group to finish becoming a group. "So, this evening's first activity is a quiz." She pauses. "It's just a bit of fun." The Jones family takes seats on plastic chairs arranged in a loose semicircle. Mr. Jones chooses a chair and then changes his mind. Mrs. Jones places her bag under her feet so it will not be forgotten later. The children are handed pens. They immediately test on their hands. "This is a general knowledge quiz," the young woman continues. "Nothing too tricky." She checks her sheet. There are 10 questions. A murmur moves through the group. This is an acceptable number. The Smith family sits closer to the front. Smith crosses his legs. Mrs. Smith uncrosses hers. They both look at the pens, then at each other's pens, and then back at the table. "If you'd like to work in teams," the young woman says, "you can." She pauses. "If not, that's also fine. No teams are formally declared." She reads out the first question slowly. It concerns a capital city. Several people know the answer immediately. No one says it. Pens move carefully. The quiz has begun, and the evening is now officially underway. By 7:14 p.m., the quiz has concluded. The young woman collects the answer sheets by stacking them carefully. Even though she will not check them properly, She announces that everyone has done really well, which covers all outcomes. A small prize is awarded. It is a key ring. No one makes a sound that could be described as disappointment. People disperse briefly to eat. This happens in waves. Doors open and close. Cutlery is placed on tables and then moved slightly to the left. Something is heated for longer than recommended and eaten anyway. The park absorbs the sound of chewing and quiet discussion without comment. At 8:02 p.m., people begin to drift back towards the central area for the second activity. This activity is described on the whiteboard as social games. No one is entirely sure what this means, but everyone accepts it. The young woman returns, now wearing a cardigan. She explains the rules of a game involving soft foam balls. The rules are explained twice in case anyone joins late. The balls are thrown gently. Apologies are exchanged even when no contact is made. Parents clap occasionally, not to encourage, but to acknowledge participation. The score is kept on the whiteboard and then quietly abandoned when it becomes difficult to track. Someone suggests a new rule. The young woman nods and writes it down, though it will not be used. By 9:11 p.m., the group begins to thin. People check their watches. Someone yawns. The lights come on automatically, slightly brighter than expected. Quiet hours are now approaching, and everyone is aware of Rule 1. The evening folds in on itself neatly, having delivered exactly what was promised. The second and final day of the most boring holiday camp in the world, begins with breakfast. Breakfast is served between 7:30 and 900 a.m., which gives everyone enough time while also encouraging decisions. The breakfast area opens at exactly 7:30. At 7:29, a small group stands nearby, pretending not to wait. At 7:30, nothing visibly changes, but people begin moving anyway, which confirms that breakfast has started. The breakfast itself is self-service. Trays are picked up and immediately put down again to be adjusted. There is toast. The toast is warm but not enthusiastic about it. Butter is available, but only in small foil portions that require careful peeling. Several guests choose not to use butter at all, partly out of preference, and partly because it feels simpler this way. Cereal is offered in large dispensers that release slightly more than expected. Milk is poured cautiously, then topped up. Someone chooses orange juice, then switches to water at the last moment. A notice reminds guests to clear their tables when finished. Everyone intended to do this anyway. The Jones family eats quietly. Mr. Jones eats his toast dry and does not comment on it. Mrs. Jones cuts hers into smaller pieces than necessary. The children eat faster than everyone else and then sit very still, waiting to be told what happens next. Across the room, the Smith family discusses the day ahead. They agree not to overdo it. They also agree to see how we feel. This feels like a plan. A leaflet on the table lists morning activities including fun walk, light stretching, and craft hour. No one commits to any of them yet. By 8:42 a.m., breakfast is mostly over. Plates are stacked. Chairs scrape lightly. Someone asks if the coffee machine is still on. It is. People refill cups they do not finish. Outside, the park is waking up in an orderly way, ready to offer another full day of rest, light participation, and extremely manageable enjoyment. By 9:17 a.m., the holiday campers fully acknowledged that it is morning. People leave their units holding mugs they intend to bring back later. Some never do. Others bring them back immediately, having realized they do not want a hot drink after all. The first scheduled activity of the day is Fun Walk. This is written on the whiteboard with confidence. The young woman from the night before reappears, now wearing trainers and a headset microphone that will not be used. She explains that the walk will take approximately 20 minutes and will remain on the paths at all times. This is reassuring. The group sets off slowly. The pace is deliberately accessible. One person asks if this is the long route or the short route. The young woman says it is somewhere in between. No one asks anything further. The walk proceeds past the same cabins everyone slept in, which are now viewed from the opposite direction. By 10:03 a.m., the walk is over. Everyone agrees it was nice. No one elaborates. People return to their units to sit down again, having earned it. At 10:41 a.m., craft hour begins. Tables are set out with paper, glue sticks, and small tubs of colored shapes. The activity is explained in full, including what to do if glue gets on fingers. Several people already have glue on their fingers. This is handled calmly. The Jones family produces something that resembles a card. The Smith family produces something flatter. The man at the back produces nothing, yet remains present throughout. The young woman moves around, offering encouragement that does not change the outcome. Lunch arrives quietly. It is eaten in shifts. Some people eat early to avoid queues. Others eat later to avoid people. The food is warm and arranged sensibly. Cutlery is wrapped in napkins that are immediately unwrapped and then used to wipe hands. After lunch, there is a period officially labeled free time. This creates brief uncertainty. People resolve this by doing exactly what they would have done anyway. Sitting, standing, looking at phones, looking up from phones, lying down at 2:26 p.m. A short afternoon activity is announced and then gently ignored. No one feels guilty about this. The park accepts the decision. By 3:58 p.m., Asterisk bags begin to appear near doors, not packed, but acknowledged. People check checkout times they already know. Keys are placed somewhere visible so they will not be forgotten, then moved somewhere safer. At 4:44 p.m., the manager walks the park one last time. He does not stop anyone. He does not need to. Everything is in order. The rules have held. Departures happen without ceremony. Engines start. Reverse lights come on. Someone waves to someone they will not recognize again. The barrier lifts. The park returns to its resting state. The rain continues to fall, and thus concludes a weekend at the most boring holiday camp the world has ever known.